For a few years in the 1970s, the Mr. Asia syndicate made millions.
Heroin creates its own market. It acts like a form of plague.
Until jealousy, betrayal and murder brought it all crashing down.
Clark would have threatened him. Go and kill him. If you don't, I'm going to kill you and your wife and your son.
This is Mr. Asia, A Forgotten History. All episodes now available on iHeartRadio, Apple, Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to the Weekend Sport Podcast with Jason Pine from News Talk ZB.
So Liverpool have 5 games left and they're 12 points clear at the top. Second-placed Arsenal have just 4 games left. So that means Liverpool need just 1 point, so a draw from their remaining 5 games to clinch a second title in the Premier League era and a 20th top-flight title overall. They host Tottenham tomorrow morning at what will be, no doubt, a celebrating Anfield. Let's bring in Andrew McGoff, chair of the official Liverpool supporters group of Wellington. Andrew, thanks for your time. That almost, as I'm explaining it, sounds too easy. It's almost a fait accompli. Does that dilute the achievement at all?
Oh, absolutely not. I really hope that it is a celebration at Anfield tomorrow, and I guess it is a huge assumption that Liverpool will go ahead and at least get a draw against Spurs on Monday morning our time. But I tell you what, it's been a great old season for Liverpool, and certainly not one that a lot of fans would have expected, particularly with Jurgen Klopp leaving at the end of last season. Yeah,
I want to talk about the new boss Arne Slot in just a moment, but in terms of the dominance of this team in the Premier League, such that they are going to probably, or could well win it with 4 games up their sleeve, what have been the reasons for Liverpool's dominant league form?
I think there'll be a couple of things that kind of stand out to me, Piney. One is, whilst we have had our injuries, we haven't had the muscle injuries that we always had under Klopp with his style of football. And I think the backroom staff that Slot's brought in with him have managed the players extremely well. And we just seem to have been so consistent over the season. There was only one loss that to Chris Wood's Nottingham Forest in the first half of the season. We had some huge results in the Champions League as well, particularly that one over Real Madrid that fans will remember so well. It's been a team that we haven't enjoyed playing over recent years. But I just think it's the consistency. There's some stats coming out where our first half and second half of the season have almost mirrored themselves. And there's a lot of chat in the UK media in particular and fans on social media about Liverpool's drop-off in the second half of the season. And it kind of has felt like that in a way. I guess it felt that the season wasn't as dominant as the first half. But as I say, the results almost mirrored themselves. And Slot's been able to bring in that belief in the side and keep those key players playing at a hugely high level. You look at Mohamed Salah and what his output's been, again, particularly in the first half of the season. It was just almost unplayable. And yeah, it's been epic to see, really, just to see how we've been able to just, well, when I say we, I mean LFC, of course, have been able to go through and just dominate. And what is, against some salty fans' belief, has been a really strong Premier League this year, where there's been upsets from bottom half teams beating top half teams, and you only have to look at the Champions League with Aston Villa and Arsenal in particular doing so well there, just to show what a strong Premier League it is. So that's just be the icing on the cake, having Liverpool winning such a strong Premier League.
You mentioned the departure of Jurgen Klopp at the end of last season. He was such a popular manager for Liverpool. Can you remember what your expectations were at the start of the season?
I know they weren't high, Piney. I wasn't particularly overwhelmed, or in fact I was underwhelmed by Slot coming in. Admittedly, I didn't know a huge lot about him, but it wasn't one of those big name managers that you thought would come in and win the fans over and be able to sign some marquee players. But wow, he's really proved me wrong. I honestly thought that would be scraping into Champions League this season. I thought this probably would have been Arsenal's title to win. Man City, we know that every year they're such a formidable side. They usually take the title out. So, and I really thought Chelsea would have given a better showing of themselves. So, yeah, for me, it was sort of looking to scrape into that fifth spot and hopefully clinch Champions League place.
Well, it's certainly going to finish off a lot better than that in terms of the Premier League. The last time Liverpool won it, of course, was during COVID, and a lot of fans, not just Liverpool fans, will remember the trophy being lifted in front of nobody, basically. It was a very odd time for us all. How much more will this mean? And presumably at some point they will get the chance to lift the trophy itself at home. How much more will it mean, given the more traditional environment of, a huge fan base for this football club?
Well, I've been looking at some interviews from Arne Slot and Virgil van Dijk, and just saying how important to them it is that they'll be able to perform and hopefully clinch the Premier League in front of a packed Anfield. And it's been 35 years since they've been able to win the title at home in front of a packed house. Obviously, as you mentioned, it was in front of an empty stadium in the COVID era. And I guess one of the big things for fans, Liverpool fans over in the city, is they were really gutted that they couldn't have a parade for the team, and the team, I know the team felt that as well from the interviews that have come out. And I've got friends over there who are really looking forward to be able to be a part of that. And just to be able to do it at Anfield, as I say, like in front of the fans, not relying on other results. I think if you remember back to the 1920 season, there's videos went around of the Liverpool team watching the Chelsea City game, and Chelsea got up there, which clinched the league for Liverpool. So just to be able to do it under our own steam will be pretty epic. And yeah, what an atmosphere it'll be on Monday morning. Any
chance at all Tottenham win this game and delay the celebrations by at least a week?
They could. I think we always used to joke amongst friends of mine that when you're putting on Sport Maltese, never to include Tottenham, because they would lose the ones that they're obviously going to win, and win the ones you wouldn't count them. I think probably what works in Liverpool's favour is they've got Spurs have got a big semi-final coming up a couple of days after. I hear that Son's not playing either, which he's always been a bogey player for Liverpool. And I guess it's never felt easy against Tottenham, but surely Liverpool can just clinch a point based on their existing form throughout the season, and hopefully that should be enough to do it. I just really hope it's not a nervy 90 minutes. It'd be nice to be able to watch it comfortably.
It's kind of an unfriendly time, though, isn't it, for us over this side of the world? Was it 3:30 tomorrow morning it kicks off?
It sure is an early start, Piney. I got my first day of work on a new job. No. My son's desperate on his first day back at school to watch the game. So yeah, we'll be in our lounge at 3:30 in the morning watching the game. I understand the liquor licensing laws and why they are how they are, but it is a real shame that fans can't come together to watch this game and enjoy the moment together.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that will follow when Liverpool do get this point over the next 5 games and win the Premier League. Hey, Andrew, look, I was going to say sleep well tonight. You'll probably, get a couple of hours kip, then get up? You're not going to push through, are you?
I certainly won't be pushing through. I'm too old for that now, but I'll try and get an early night. Fair to say it'll be a pretty broken sleep, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to 3:30 tomorrow morning and watching that with my oldest son, and hopefully just getting that point so that we can celebrate the 20th title for Liverpool.
Good man, Andrew. Great to chat, mate. Thanks for taking the time this afternoon.
Always a pleasure, Piney. Thank you so much for having me on.
For more from Weekend Sport with Jason Pine, listen live to News Talk ZB weekends from midday or follow the podcast on iHeartRadio.